The Gregs of accounting out there, they love their delves. I think delves are a great addition to the game. I think they're personally probably the best thing that got added in the War Within. And I didn't even do them that much, but I can appreciate how delves changed the game, really. It's the best single-player content we've gotten in quite a while. And delves have become a kind of a cornerstone of the game as well when it comes to, you know, getting your crests and everything else. So we are going to look at the major delve updates here coming in 11.2. We got new delves, Nemesis, Faction War, and more. Let's check this one out here from Mr. GM.
Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about delves, and more specifically we're going to talk about all of the incredible updates coming to delves in patch 11.2 Ghosts of Koresh. In this video we're going to talk about the new delve, the new nemesis, a faction war, and a bunch of other things that are happening with delves in 11.2 which seem pretty positive for the most part. But before we jump into that, I do want to give a massive thank you to everyone who is a channel member, and of course everyone over on Patreon. Just started posting over there fairly regularly, and if you want to support the channel in that way, I'll leave a link down below. Alright, so yes, delves are getting some pretty major updates in patch 11.2. Some of these are coming on patch day on August 5th or 6th depending on your region, and some are coming at the start of season 3, which is 1 week later on August 12th in the NA region, and August...
I didn't realize they were holding back on delves like they are with Mythic Plus and everything. So I know Mythic Plus, you'll be able to do plus zeros the first week, but not beyond that. So I guess he'll tell us here which delves are going to be available.
So there's a lot to cover in this video, so let's start by talking about our buddy Bran Bronzebeard. So in patch 11.2, Bran Bronzebeard can now be leveled all the way to level 100. Now this is very likely going to be his final levels as
Bran's final form, man. I still am not cap on Bran. I'm so far behind. I think Bran's like level 45 for me or something like that. I don't know, or maybe 65. I can't even remember. I just know I killed Underpin with him, and he was enough to do that. But I haven't been pushing Bran's level in quite a while.
And at midnight, he will be replaced by someone who we don't know just yet. But Bran this is kind of his final outing, and this is going to be his final levels. Much like we did in Season 2, we are getting a Curio wipe with some new ones coming in for Season 3. So once again, yes, you will have to collect all of those new Curios, as well as some of the returning ones from the previous season. The acquisition seems pretty much the same, just from like the Ender Delves and things like that.
I think the Curio system's been pretty fun. I just don't like the leveling version of Curios, like the 1 of 4, 2 of 4. I wish you just like had one version of the Curios, because a lot of times there's some RNG involved in actually looting the right Curios to be able to eventually kill the end boss of the delves, right? That final mega boss, whoever it is. This season it was Underpin. So it was fine. Eventually when I actually did start running delves to try to kill Underpin, I got all the shit I needed pretty quickly. So it's not bad in terms of drop rate. I just wish they didn't have that 1 of 4, 2 of 4 shit.
Last season, so to be honest, it's pretty expected at this point. But other than that, that's pretty much it for Bran. Obviously, we got the tank roll and things like that last time. But yeah, literally just some new Curios and some new levels for Bran. So let's move actually inside the delves now. So what do we have for delves in 11.2? Well, we have a brand new delve. This is Archival Assault. This is actually a new delve which is based off of the Azure Vaults from the Dragonflight expansion. So yeah, cool. Definitely a change of scenery in regards to delves. This delve has 4 stories, each of them being super unique and awesome, involving dragons and ethereals and all sorts of things like that. Very, very much.
Is he riding the dragon? Oh, he is. He's got 3 abilities too. You get to ride a dragon in the delve. This is cool.
Like this delve, I love the fact that it's just a different feel to it. I don't know, it's really nice. And yes, it does look extremely similar to the dungeon, but
yeah, it
does feel kind of different, and it definitely does feel like a delve, which is great. But yeah, big fan of the Archival Assault. The entrance to this is actually in Koresh, not in the Azure span. So yeah, you don't have to go all the way back to the Dragon Isles. The entrance is going to be in Koresh for this one. But pretty much what do you expect from a delve for the most part. But yeah, pretty enjoyable. Another big change happening to delves in 11.2 is that the underwater mechanic is being completely removed from the Koibus delves in 11.2. Yes, the Sinkhole and the Tekrethan Abyss are being dried up. There is no longer any...
Oh, wow. So they just drained the dungeon. There's no more water. That's great, man. I hated the freaking underwater delves. Yeah, finally. I agree, man. Damn, I hated that whole mechanic. And it would get so janky sometimes with the loot. Sometimes the loot would be floating in weird spots. It'd be hard to grab. Yeah, I hated those. I think everybody did. I think there was a large consensus of hate towards the underwater delves. So I'm glad. So they drained them. That's cool.
Underwater mechanic in here. I tweeted this out and
Sam
people
did them twice.
rejoiced. So if you're happy about that, that's cool. The underwater mechanic is gone. These are now just kind of regular delves in like a wet cave, basically. So yeah, that's a big change happening in 11.2. Also, there is some updates you're going to see inside regular delves in regards to upgrades to your Reshi Wraps artifacts. So the Reshi Wraps is the artifact cloak you're going to have in 11.2. I do have a full video if you want to check that out. But basically, at the second level of upgrade on the cloak, your delves will now have a chance to have an ethereal portal inside. If you see these ethereal portals inside a delve, definitely go through them because basically it's a shortcut to the end. You kind of port into a new room where you'll do sort of a boss rush mode of sorts, and then defeating these bosses will actually end the delve and give you your final treasure.
Wow, so is that like a random RNG thing where this random portal could show up and then you just jump into it? That's pretty cool. So yeah, you'll be excited when those happen, and then you fight a little boss fight, and then you're done. Cool.
Cut the delve time by a ton. They're not going to be in every single delve, but if you do see them, definitely jump in there and yeah, just kind of do that kind of extra thing and then get to the end super quick. So yeah, that seems like a really cool upgrade, but that's going to happen at the second level of upgrades, which will potentially be week 2 of the patch. And the final thing kind of coming to delves is a new system called memories. So these are really interesting and kind of weird, I guess, in a sense. So essentially, there's a new vendor in the Delvers HQ called Dip Stick Shift. Now he sells memory crystals for 50 silver each. Each of them
Stick Dick Shift. What? Oh, Dip Stick Shift. Okay. Yeah, I flipped the letters around there. Memory of Gul'dan. Leave a crystallized memory containing a message for another player to discover while running delves. What?
representing one of the kind of legendary characters of World of Warcraft. Now, once you purchase one of these and head into a delve, you can actually click it, and it will spawn a crystal in the delve. Now, for you, this does nothing. You can't interact with it or anything like that. However, for people on your friends list, if they go inside that same delve, they'll actually see this and they can click it. And what it'll do is play the line of the character that you kind of chose. So if you did Illidan, it will say like, you know, you're not prepared or something like that. And that's kind of it. So you're basically leaving messages for people behind in delves, which is fine for the most part.
So when Greg from accounting, you know, Greg from accounting, if you don't know who he is, he's a guy who just runs delves all the time. He just goes, you know, in the middle of the night in his basement while his abusive wife is sleeping because she doesn't let him do anything that he actually enjoys in his life. So he has to do his joyous things while she's away in bed. So anyways, I mean, now Greg, if he's being abused, he can leave a message for help for his friends via these crystals. That's interesting. And this shows up for people who are on your friends list when they decide to run a delve. So pay attention, guys. If Greg is on your friends list and he leaves you a message, make sure you know. You go get the man some help if he needs help.
Personally, it would have been cool if you could write your own stuff, but maybe that's problematic. I don't know. But it is between your friends. But it will play the audio of the line and kind of say the line of the famous character and tell you who left that for you inside the delve as well, which is kind of cool, I guess. Maybe we'll see kind of an advancement of this system in the future, but that is the memory system coming in 11.2. Also,
it would be really cool if you could like record a message on those crystals, but we all know that shit would just get way out of hand. You know, WoW players are complete degenerates, and the messages left behind would be, you know, not meant for society's ears. So yeah, I don't think they'll ever do that, but it'd be kind of cool if you could.
In Season 3 and 11.2, we are getting a brand new nemesis for delves. This is going to be Nexus Princess Kaiveza from Nurabar Palace. So yeah,
she's
this boss is coming back as a delve nemesis. Now, this was not tested on the PTR, but it will have 2 difficulties, like all of the previous nemesis bosses.
Very
now, the
cool.
reward for defeating on normal is a new toy called the Etheric Victory Toy. This says that it emanates the aura of victory. So basically, when you click this, for 30 minutes, you get this pretty cool animation kind of going around you and stuff, which is pretty epic. Actually, for the most part. It does have a 1-hour cooldown, so you can do it for 30 minutes in the hour. But yeah, this is actually a really cool toy. I like the animations and stuff like that. For defeating on the hardest difficulty, you will get a brand new Void-themed skin for the new mount in Season 3, which we'll talk about shortly. But yeah, this is a very, very cool reward for defeating Kaiveza in Season 3.
Yeah, this is a cool looking mount. I like this. This new, what is it? Like, look at the cape, or what is it? The kite thing on the top, I should say. Very cool, voidy looking mount. Yeah, this is a nice one. I think I like my favorite version of this probably is going to go down as the goblin, the golden goblin one. It's a funny looking one, but this is nice.
Season 3. Of course, much like the previous Delve Nemesis, she will pop up randomly in Delves and will have
Arcane-looking,
kind of NPCs inside current Delves with the Nemesis chest and everything like that. It's just more ethereal themed and themed towards kind of Koresh.
I wonder if some of her mechanics are going to be the same as her boss fight. You remember her boss fight? You had to like avoid getting sucked into portals, and you had to stand in certain spots. Then she did her like dashing thing where she would go around and then cut the room into pies. If you guys remember her boss fight, it was an intricate fight, but it was fun. I thought it was a cool boss fight. We'll see if any of those mechanics actually show up in this final Delve version of her.
And 11-2. So as mentioned,
yeah,
yes, we
a
are getting
a
new mount. In Season 3, we will get the Delver's Mana Skimmer. Now, this, of course, is a pretty similar model to the previous Delve mounts. However, it does have its very own kind of ethereal-themed customizations.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, of course, much like before, you're just going to unlock those. But yeah, I do like the kind of uniqueness of the ethereal theming on this mount. And of course, as mentioned, you will get the Epic Void skin for defeating Kaiveza. But yeah, let's talk about how you unlock those with, of course, the Delver's Journey Season 3. So not really any major changes to the Delver's Journey in Season 3 in regards to like how you unlock it, the amount of needed, and things like that. That all seems to be the same, but let's go through some of the rewards you can expect from this season. So at the first reward is the Delver's Mana Skimmer schematic canister, so it's just a upgrade to your Delver's Mana Skimmer. At the second reward, you're actually going to start getting Delver's Bounty, so this appears to be a change from Season 2, so you won't actually be getting the Delver's map until you get to the second upgrade of your Delver's Journey, which is kind of interesting. So curious to see how that will work in practice.
Where did we get that? Did we get that in week 1 last time, or the first award? The Delver's Bounty thing is really good early on. I mean, especially if you didn't like gear out hardcore in Season 2. Getting gear from Delver's Bounty is massive. It gives you some really good stuff. It's a ton of loot. And doesn't it give you... Am I wrong to think that it gives you extra crests as well when you use a Delver's Bounty map? Like, at least the first time? I can't remember. I feel like it does, but maybe I'm wrong. Sam, you probably never even completed that. No, I didn't complete the Delver's Journey, but I did use a lot of Delver's Bounty maps when I did my runs.
At the third upgrade, you have Ethereal Visit. It says, Zoran will appear at the end of your Tier 9 Delves and above. And also, you may acquire the Emitter schematic for your Delver's Mana Skimmer. So one of these is the upgrade to your Delver's Mana Skimmer, but the other thing is actually a trinket vendor. Now, this was posted by Lazy over on Twitter. Basically, this is a rotating trinket vendor which sells champion-level trinkets from Delves. So essentially, bad luck protection of sorts. So you can purchase these for Undercoin, and the NPC will appear at the end of your Tier 9, 10, and 11 Delves once you reach this level of the Delver's Journey. At the next level, we're going to get the upgrade for your energy thrusters for your Delver's Mount. Next one, you're going to be able to purchase restored coffer keys, which are of course resetting in Season 3. The next one is the Quad Glider, so this is another customization for your Delver's Mount. And the next upgrade is...
Quad Glider is probably this thing. That's what it is. It's the glider that goes on top.
Customization for your Delver's Mount. And the next upgrade is the Void Paint color for your Delver's Mount as well. Then after that, you're going to get another upgrade called the Ether Gate for your Delver's Mana Skimmer. And then the penultimate reward for the Delver's Journey Season 3 is to be able to purchase the 1 out of 8 Veteran Warbound gear. And the final upgrade of the Delver's Journey is the Delver Within. This gives you the title, the Delver Within, and it says you may also acquire the Etheric Brand Morpher and the Delver's Dirigible Schematic Explorer's Decal from Reno Jackson in Donegal. So yeah, no Warband camp this time around, but you are getting a title, you are getting a new toy, and you are getting an upgrade to your mount.
So no portal directly to Delves this season? Didn't we get one in the last season, like right about here, where you get like you can port to any Delve?
Of course, with a new season comes new gearing. Of course, all of the gear from Delves
Can you still use that portal? Brand morphs into the jailer. Yeah, can you still use that portal toy in this season? Because that's pretty damn useful.
Updated to Season 3 levels. Doesn't seem like there's any major changes to gearing, except the kind of updated item levels. However, we will get some new appearances for 11.2, which is a recolor of the questing sets from Koresh, which are actually really, really cool. I'm a massive fan of these, and I'm kind of glad that we can get some of them through Delves as well. And of course, you can expect some new cosmetics, which are kind of ethereal themed. That will be...
So there's a portal room. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, so there's a new portal room that'll take you to Delves.
Dropping inside Season 3 Delves. Kind of sticking with cosmetics, though, let's talk about the vendor updates in the Delvers HQ. So the Season 2 transmog sets and weapons will now be available to purchase with Undercoin. That's a given. That seems to be something that is happening each season. Season 1 stuff will be still available to purchase as well. There'll be another new item called the Shrieking Quartz, which is a new item to spawn the Nemesis for the bounty maps and things. That's still going to cost 2,000 Undercoin.
Okay.
You have a brand new Void-themed cloak ensemble for 2,000 Undercoin, which contains a couple of new cloaks. Of course, not getting any actual cloaks in 11.2, so yeah, a lot of cloak ensembles are kind of floating around. There's also a new helm cosmetic for 2,500 Undercoin.
That's cool,
and we are getting some updated veteran warbound gear up to Season 3 levels coming on the Delve vendor. So yeah, some new items there to purchase with Undercoin. As far as we're aware, Undercoin will be resetting at the start of Season 3 as well, so make sure you're spending them now.
Ooh, so Undercoin will be resetting. Valor Stones won't, but Undercoin will? Damn. I was going to say I have a shit ton of Valor Undercoins right now. So I should just spend them all right now, like this week then.
As it seems like they are getting reset at the start of the season. Another kind of unexpected update happening to Delves in 11.2 is a new faction war.
Yeah, I'm going to spend them.
So at the Delves HQ, there's 2 icons for Horde and Alliance with a percentage bar. Now, this is such a weird thing because Blizzard have just not acknowledged this at all. Basically, when an Alliance or Horde character do a Delve, it contributes to the bar. For what it looks like is when the bar is filled by a respective faction, you will unlock a Alliance or Horde decal for your Delvers mount. So that's pretty cool. I believe it's for the Season 1 mount, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, you're going to unlock a kind of Alliance and Horde decal. These were data mined way back at the start of the War Within and never used. So looks like they're kind of finding a way to do that.
But, I want this.
Yeah, we literally have no idea how long it's going to take to fill.
My fellow Alliance, you guys got to run your Delves then. Greg from accounting plays Alliance, so this is great. Oh my god. Okay, so faction war is back, boy.
That bar, we don't know if it's going to reset daily, weekly, monthly, patchly, seasonally. Who knows? I guess we'll find out. But yeah,
I don't want the Horde
no official word on
one.
this system at all, but from Blizzard. But it seems kind of interesting. Alliance versus Horde kind of faction war happening at the Delvers HQ in 11.2.
Cool.
Another kind of update to Delves in 11.2 is that they're adding portals to Bountiful.
Oh, here's the portal room. Okay, so to Bountiful Delves. So whichever Delve is bountiful at the time, you will have a portal to. This is great. So you don't need the toy that I was talking about earlier.
Delves in Tazavesh. Now, Tazavesh is going to be relocated to Koresh, so it will be the kind of main player hub of Koresh, and inside this player hub is portals to
Fall short on a
Delves.
lot of things.
This will rotate daily, of course, but this is a one-way trip, so make sure you're deciding on where you want to go with that. But yeah, you can literally port from Dornagol to Tazavesh straight.
I love how he's got the hat on top of his flaming head. This is great. He's got the little explorer's hat. That's
into a Bountiful Delve, which would definitely save a lot of time.
This is a really cool thing, though, the portal room.
And finally with Delves, we're going to talk about something that's been removed. So overcharged Delves are gone in 11.2. The overcharge affix is being removed. There will no longer be any overcharged Delves. The Titan console is also gone. So that's, yeah, and all of the upgrades and things like that will no longer exist.
I'll be honest, I think I upgraded the Titan console like 2 times. I probably have stuff to use to upgrade it. I just didn't even participate in it anymore. That thing seems like it was just a throwaway.
Now, the belt will continue to exist, though, and is still obtainable through a quest at the Titan console in the Delvers HQ. So if you haven't got it already, you can still get it.
Yeah, I upgraded the belt, but I didn't do the talent tree thing that you could do in there. I just never added to the talent tree anymore.
And still get all of the upgrades. However, the quests now just involve regular Delves instead of overcharged Delves. Now, the rewards from overcharged Delves are not going away either. The overcharged mount is going to be added to the Undercoin vendor for 15,000 Undercoin, and the Hearthstone from the achievement is also being added for 5,000 Undercoin. So very expensive, so I highly recommend if you're watching this before the start of Season 3, go and do this right now, because it's going to be way easier just to spam Tier 1 overcharged Delves than it is to save.
What do you have to do to get this mount with overcharged Delves? Like, what do you got to do? Because he's right. If you want to get this mount, it's better to just get it now rather than have to spend all that undercoin on it. And your undercoin's resetting. It's not like you get to carry that shit. Fill your tree. Fuck, I got to fill up the tree. Damn it, I just said I didn't do that. Oh, shit. Okay, farm the coins, run them, and get shit to fill the tree. Okay.
15,000 undercoin. That's going to take a long time. So overcharged Delves are gone in 11.2.
It's a cool mech suit. So.
Yeah, there you go, guys. That is all of the updates to Delves in patch 11.2. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on these Delve updates. This is going to be probably the last kind of major updates to Delves before we get into midnight and we see what's happening to Delves in that expansion. So hopefully we'll see some more changes. Delves have definitely evolved a lot since the start of the War Within and definitely will continue to evolve as well. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please do leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to support me outside of YouTube, I'm also on Patreon and
definitely
on Twitter,
like it.
Mr. GMYT, and I have a partner Discord channel as well. And also I am streaming on Twitch.
He's on Twitch.
/Mr. GM.
We rated him
stream World of Warcraft
like 2 days ago.
Any sort of WoW. Over on twitch.tv/Mr. GM. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.
That's it. Yeah, great video. Look, like I said before, I mean, I think delves are one of the best things to get added to the game in quite a while. And even though I'm not like a constant delver, I can appreciate how great they were for the game. So yeah, all these advancements happening in 11.2, I'm actually excited to see what's going to happen with delves at midnight. Maybe we'll get some of that when they announce the expansion. But for Season 3 here, delves continue forward with some cool new features.